Growing up here in Tulsa, Oklahoma was a special moment. It was really all about community. It was how we pour into one another. It was never about self. It was always about how we make sure to build, community up. We're building each other up and not letting circumstances define us. My neighborhood was one of lower socioeconomic status. I was the middle of five, and everyone in the neighborhood continued to let me know, hey, there's an opportunity that you could go, to college, and you should take that seriously. And so everyone championed me.
Brandon was just one of those students who stood out because he was thoughtful, and I could see the wheels turning.
Dr. Karstafen was somebody who I remember coming into the classroom. I remember her really letting us know, this is not gonna be something that's easy. I'm gonna challenge you, I'm gonna really support you. But she said, all in all, you're not gonna walk out of this classroom the same person.
And I have no fear that he will continue to contribute in a positive way and be an inspiration for those behind him.
When I walked across that stage, you couldn't tell anyone that this was not our degree that we shared in making happen. I really wanted to be a part of not only writing my story, I wanted to be able to help people as they were writing their own stories. When I left Tulsa for the university, I didn't think I would ever come back. And my fiance at the time, she was coming to Tulsa for an internship, and she completely fell in love with it. One day I just said, what are you thinking for dinner? How was your day? She tells me, I would like, spicy basil noodles. I think that's gonna be great for dinner. By the way, I accepted that job in Tulsa, and so we're moving here in a couple of months. And I paused and I was like, whoa. One of the first things I did moving back to Tulsa was have the opportunity to serve Tulsa in the mayor's office. I had a phenomenal experience working under Mayor Bynum, and I did a lot of work with the George Kaiser Family Foundation. And one day I said, geez, this would be so much easier if we could have Brandon run something like this. And I took it as a joke, and the mayor shared with me later on that they're probably gonna offer me a job, and I made the transition. So my office is somewhat non-traditional. In order for me to be effective and efficient at my job, I need to be so proximate to community and really proximate to the people. So I would either be here, at a place like Fulton Street Books and Coffee, or I would be downtown, somewhere in East Tulsa, sometimes West Tulsa. But I would always post up and people would know, they could come up and talk to me.
But that chili was going fast.
Had a great opportunity to really serve Tulsa on the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre Centennial Commission. And Phil, at the height of its prominence, Greenwood, similar to those other communities, it was burned to the ground. And what ends up happening from that is a phoenix rises from the ashes because the district grew even bigger. Through various committees, the Centennial Commission was able to build a pathway to hope, which connected two sides of Greenwood, which were completely disconnected by the highway that tore it in half. So that was one big project that I was excited to be a part of. Another was the History Center being Greenwood Rising, where we have the opportunity to make sure that no one can, say that they don't know about the history anymore. It is a place where many, many years ago, in the early 1900s, people brought their hopes, they brought their dreams, their passions, and their belief that Tulsa would be a place where they can actually make them come true. And so we wanted to make sure that we could honor that entrepreneurial spirit, that human spirit, and really tell the story of them. If you're gonna give me a title, professionally, my title is Program Officer. One title that I carry that I'm excited about is Dad and Husband. My daughter is, she's truly the center of the universe right now. She has the most inquisitive curiosity and so beautiful because she looks exactly like her mother. Lauren is the fairest person I know. She cares so much about equity and how people are treated fairly, and really how we, as a community, as a family, just make sure that we're writing, the paths that we walk on. A mentor shared once, if, we are made to be impactful and impacted, and if you do one without the other, you're essentially on a rowboat with one oar just going in a circle. And so my dream is to consistently be able to provide both oars to myself and everyone else.